Jahmai Simpson-Pusey, it's a name to be careful with. Close to completing a loan deal to Celtic. It's understood the move will not contain either an option or obligation to make the 19-year-old's transfer permanent. Numerous clubs have targeted him this summer. England under-18 internationally skippered City to victory in the 2024 FA Youth Cup final, and he was brought into the first team fold by manager Pep Guardiola last season when injuries hit his senior ranks. What do you think, Peter, about that? I mean, is he somebody with his quality, even at the age of 19, who could be a starter for Celtic?
Listen, I think you have to be able to be a starter if you're bringing them in. It doesn't matter if you're bringing them from Manchester City. I know Guardiola spoke about him before, and he's
coming to play games, isn't he?
Yeah, and he played a few times. Whether that, I think Skills gets a lot of criticism, doesn't deserve. I think Trusty done well for a period and then had a period like everyone else that didn't work quite for him. And it's difficult for a centre back if you're not playing week in, week out, and you're waiting for someone either to get injured or whatever. That's a difficult one. Carter Vickers has always had a couple of injuries. I think Celtic do need the cover there with the amount of games that hopefully they're going to play. They'll need that extra bit of cover, but through injuries and whatever. It'll be interesting for the young man here. Clubs usually want guarantees. I don't think Celtic will have given him the guarantee. I think he will have to earn that. But there's no doubt he's a talented boy. I hate talking about age because people say, oh, he's 19.
Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. If they're good enough and they can play, absolutely. And I've no doubt the boy will be good enough to play. Whether he's going to take these boys out, it gives another challenge to the senior ones that's there, that they've got to play better. And good luck to him if he does come. I've seen him a couple of times and I was very impressed with him. So it'll be interesting to see if Celtic get that over the line. But you don't want the things that you have to guarantee someone to play. They have to earn that.
And is it just a fact of life that Carter Vickers won't play every game for Celtic this season? That's just that he has to be managed carefully. Is that just the way it is?
I think you've seen that, Rob. I think that seems to be the way that Carter Vickers has had. I don't know if it's a knee problem or a calf problem or whatever. But he's got very powerful legs, and sometimes that may be the strain it's on him. He's a big player for Celtic. We talk about 1v1s. He defends very well when he's a 1v1 situation because he's so strong, bodily contact. The guys that ask him a little bit of questions is the ones that play outside him and want to run behind him. That's sometimes a question mark, but he's cute enough. He makes up for that in other ways. So he's been massive for Celtic. There's no doubt of that. Yes, the injuries there are always a concern, because you're swapping players around about position, you're putting a new partnership.
So they need quality backup in that position. And I'm just thinking about the Celtic back four next season. Might they have two players who've got to be managed very carefully, with Kieran Tierney's injury history as well?
Yeah, well, I think the thing with Kieran is I think Kieran was available for a lot more games than people think. Right. I think when he wasn't playing at times, it was down to he never picked him, Arteta. I think that was the thing. The fans loved him down there. Every time he performed, he always seemed to play well. Even when he was coming on as a substitute, he ended up playing on wide left actually, and near the end of the season. So I think Kieran's been available for a lot more games than people think.
Right.
So I'm sure he'll come in. As I say, Greg Taylor done fantastically well. The concern for me is when he doesn't play, who's going to be there now? Is it Inamura or Inawata or whatever? Is the young boy that's came from Japan? Is it him that's going to play there? Because he was supposed to have came as a centre back by all accounts. When Celtic signed him, they said he was a centre back. I think he looks more like a left back. I don't see him playing as a centre back. And his distribution's been excellent. His defending's been reasonably good. I've not seen him in enough 1v1s, so they maybe think they've got the cover there. But there's an area of the pitch after Schlupp had went and Greg Taylor had went, you thought that Celtic were going to maybe look at more than anything else. If you bring in Pusey, all of a sudden you could have four centre backs, and that'd be Brendan saying, well, that's me got 2 and 2 cover there. I've got enough cover there. If anybody's got injuries, I'm happy with that.